Chosen one, people are still trying to figure out how you did it. They saw the chaos, the storm, the messy situation that looked impossible to overcome. Many thought it would break you, silence you, or leave you behind in pieces. But instead, you did the unthinkable. You turned that mess into power. What looked like the end became the beginning of something greater. What looked like destruction became the foundation for strength. And now, everyone is talking about it, because they cannot deny the transformation that came from your resilience. It wasn't easy. In fact, there were moments when even you questioned whether you could endure it. The noise was overwhelming, the confusion heavy, the path uncertain. But within the storm, you found clarity. Within the chaos, you discovered direction. And within the struggle, you uncovered strength you didn't know you had. This is what sets you apart. Your ability to take what others see as defeat and reshape it into victory. You are rare not because life spared you from battles, but because you turned every battle into proof of your power. Chosen one, you must understand the significance of what you've done. People are not just impressed because you survived. They are impressed because you transformed. Survival is common, but transformation is rare. Many endure storms and come out weaker, bitter, or broken. But you came out stronger, brighter, and more determined. That is why people cannot stop talking about you. Your story has become a mirror that forces others to reflect on their own lives. They wonder, if they could turn their mess into power, why can't I? You have become an example that change is not only possible, but inevitable when strength meets faith. And this is the gift you carry. Your ability to transform challenges into stepping stones is not just for you, it's for others too. Every person who hears your story is reminded that their struggles are not the end. Every person who sees your rise is inspired to rise themselves. And every person who doubted you now faces the reality that your mess became your message. This is why your name is being spoken, why your presence lingers in their thoughts, why your journey has captured attention. You are living proof that power can be born from pain. Chosen one, this is only the beginning. What people are noticing now is just the surface of what's coming. You are stepping into a new level of influence, a new level of clarity, and a new level of purpose. The same way you turned chaos into strength, you will turn opportunities into breakthroughs. And the conversations about you will only grow louder, not because you seek attention, but because transformation cannot be hidden. When someone rises the way you did, the world has no choice but to notice. Chosen one, the truth is that most people would have crumbled under the weight of what you went through. They would have let the messy situation define them, bury them, and silence them. But you did the opposite. You took the pieces of chaos and built something powerful out of them. People are amazed because they watched you take the same situation that could have destroyed you and use it as fuel to rise higher. That is not ordinary. That is extraordinary. That is why they speak your name with awe. Chosen one, before we continue deeper into this message, I want you to stay until the very end. At the conclusion, you will hear truths designed to unlock clarity and courage within you. And when this video is complete, I invite you to write your most sincere wishes in the comments and place the number 777 beside them. This is not superstition. It is energy, intention, and alignment. It is your declaration that you are ready for transformation, that you are ready to step into the power already within you. And don't forget to subscribe, because this community is where chosen voices rise together, lifting one another into their true strength. Now let's return to your story, because it deserves to be remembered. People thought you would drown in the mess. They thought you would lose your voice in the noise, lose your fire in the storm, lose your identity in the chaos. But what they didn't realize is that mess is where strength is tested. And in that testing, you discovered resilience that most people never reach. You did not just come out alive, you came out transformed. That is why people are still talking. You gave them a living demonstration that pressure does not destroy diamonds, it creates them. Chosen one, this transformation is what separates you. While others allow their situations to break them, you let your situation build you. That is the true power of resilience. You did not deny the pain, but you refused to let pain become the ending. You did not ignore the storm, but you refused to let it define you. Instead, you chose to let it refine you. This is rare, and that rarity is what makes you unforgettable. People cannot shake the memory of someone who turned ashes into fire, and that is exactly what you did. Understand this. People will always talk, but it matters what they are talking about. And in your case, they are talking about strength. They are talking about wisdom. They are talking about transformation. They are talking about the fact that you turned your mess into power. And that kind of story spreads far beyond your imagination. What you lived through is no longer just your testimony. It has become inspiration for others who are searching for hope in their own storms. Chosen one, let this truth settle deep in you. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you created from it. And what you created is power, resilience, and strength that continues to echo in the lives of everyone who hears your story. Chosen one, what people are saying about you now is not just casual talk. It is recognition of something undeniable. They saw the chaos. They saw the confusion. They saw the weight of the storm pressing against you, and they expected it to break you. But instead, you turned that very storm into the wind beneath your wings. You turned the mess into power. And now your story is being told in places you've never even been. You are living proof that even in the darkest moments, light can emerge. Think about it. Most people do not know how to turn pain into purpose. They allow pain to sink them, to define their identity, to write their story. But you refused. You chose to take the pieces of what was broken and make something whole, something meaningful, something strong. That choice is what separates you from the crowd. And that choice is why everyone is talking about you now. Because transformation is magnetic. When people see it, they cannot look away. Chosen one, your transformation didn't happen overnight. It came through endurance, through patience, through moments when you thought the breakthrough would never come. But you kept moving. You kept choosing strength over surrender, clarity over confusion, faith over fear. Every time you chose to rise instead of crumble, you added another layer to the power you carry today. That is why people are so impressed. It's not just that you survived, it's how you survived and how you turned survival into victory. The world loves to watch a comeback, but your story is greater than a comeback. It's a transformation. You didn't just return to who you were before the mess. You became someone stronger than ever. And that's why people are still talking. Because deep down, everyone wishes they could do what you did. They wish they could take the mess in their life and create power from it. You've become living evidence that it's possible. And when something is possible for one, it becomes possible for many. Chosen one, never forget that your story is bigger than you. Your rise out of chaos is not just for your own benefit. It's a blueprint for others. People are watching, learning, and being inspired by the way you turned your trials into triumphs. You may not realize it, but your life is already impacting others who are silently fighting their own storms. Your courage gives them courage. Your power awakens their own. Your resilience whispers to them, if they can rise, so can you. And this is why you must continue forward with confidence. The same strength that carried you through the mess will carry you into even greater heights. The same wisdom that kept you steady in the storm will guide you into new opportunities. The same light that broke through your darkness will shine on others who need it. Your story is not finished. It is only beginning. And the more you walk in your power, the louder the world will talk. Chosen one, let this be your reminder. What people see in you now is not just admiration. It is confirmation. Confirmation that you turned what was meant to destroy you into something that builds you. Confirmation that you are not ordinary, but extraordinary. Confirmation that your mess became your message, and your message became your power. Chosen one, when people talk about you now, they are not just repeating gossip. They are speaking the truth that has unfolded in front of their eyes. They saw how messy it all became, how overwhelming the situation was, how everything seemed like it was stacked against you. They expected you to collapse, to fade away, to let the storm write the ending of your story. But instead, you picked up what was broken, you faced what was heavy, and you turned it into fuel. That is why everyone is saying your name with respect. You turned the mess into power, and in doing so, you showed them what strength truly looks like. It's important to realize that your strength doesn't come from perfection. It comes from perseverance. People assume that power is about having everything in control, but your story proves that power is about rising even when everything is out of control. You didn't wait for the storm to end before you stood. You stood in the middle of it. You didn't wait for the mess to clean itself. You worked through it, step by step, until it became your foundation. And now, the very thing that was supposed to bury you has lifted you higher. That is why people talk about you with awe. Chosen one, you must understand that this season is about embracing who you have become. You are no longer the same person you were before the storm. You are wiser, stronger, deeper, and more resilient. That transformation is what sets you apart. That is why others look at you differently, why they speak about you with admiration, why they call you a survivor and a conqueror. You turned pain into power, and that power is not temporary, it is permanent. It will carry you into every new chapter of your life. People often think being admired means having no scars, but in truth, your scars are part of what makes you powerful. They are proof that you faced chaos and came through it stronger. They are reminders of the resilience you built when no one was watching. They are signs that you didn't just survive, you transformed. That authenticity is why others feel so inspired by you. You didn't rise by pretending everything was perfect. You rose by proving that even in imperfection, there is strength. Chosen one, what you carry now is more than just your story. It's momentum. The same way everyone is talking about how you turned chaos into strength, they will soon be talking about how you're using that strength to create new opportunities, new breakthroughs, new levels of influence. This is not the end of your story. It's a shift into a season where everything that once worked against you begins to work for you. And the people who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge the change. The beauty of your journey is that you didn't just change your own life. You changed the way others see possibility. When they look at you, they see proof that it's possible to rise from the mess. They see living evidence that the worst situations can be transformed into the best testimonies. That is why people talk about you. Not because of what happened, but because of what you did with what happened. Chosen one, let this truth empower you. You are not remembered for the mess, but for the transformation. You are not defined by the storm, but by the strength you found in it. And you will not be forgotten, because the power you carry now is greater than anything you lost before. Chosen one, the reason people are still talking about you is because you did what most people cannot. You didn't just endure the storm, you transformed it. You didn't just get through the mess, you built power out of it. They can't stop mentioning your name, because your story is more than survival. It is transformation. It is elevation. It is proof that strength can rise out of struggle. That's why when they speak about you now, there's a different tone in their voice. It's no longer doubt. It's admiration. There's something magnetic about transformation. People are drawn to it because it awakens hope inside of them. When they see how you turned your mess into power, they begin to believe that maybe they can do the same. You may not realize it, but your resilience has become a light in the dark for others. Your determination has become a message without words, Every step you took out of the chaos became a testimony that others now carry in their own hearts. And that is why your name continues to echo. You are not just living your story. You are shaping theirs too. Chosen one. You must never forget that the strength you carry today was born in difficulty. People see the power, but they don't always understand the process. They see your rise, but they don't always see the tears, the sleepless nights, the moments of doubt that tried to stop you. And yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and unshakable. This is why people respect you. They know deep down that your strength was not handed to you. It was forged. And that kind of strength commands attention. You turned what was messy into something meaningful. That is a gift, and not everyone knows how to do it. Many people remain stuck in the chaos, unable to see beyond it. But you saw possibility where others saw pain. You saw lessons where others saw loss. You saw opportunities where others saw endings. And because of that perspective, you transformed what could have destroyed you into what now defines you. This is why your story spreads. It is not just about you. It's about what you represent. Chosen one, let this truth anchor you. You are no longer the same person you were before. The storm changed you, but not in the way people expected. They thought it would weaken you, but it only strengthened you. They thought it would silence you, but it gave you a louder voice. They thought it would bury you, but it planted you instead. And now you are growing in ways no one imagined. This is why you must keep moving forward with confidence, because you've already proven that nothing can stop you. Your resilience is what makes people talk. Your wisdom is what makes them listen. Your light is what makes them remember. And your authenticity is what makes them respect you. You didn't just walk out of the mess. You walked out carrying power that others can feel when they're around you. That power is not arrogance, it is presence. It is the natural result of turning pain into purpose. And it will continue to set you apart as you step into your next season. Chosen one, understand this clearly. The world is not impressed because you had no struggles. They are impressed because you had struggles and turned them into strength. They are amazed because you transformed what looked like defeat into undeniable victory. And that is why your story will continue to be told, long after the storm has passed. Chosen one, what makes your story so powerful is not just that you overcame, it's how you overcame. People watched the situation unfold, and they thought you would never find your way out. They assumed the mess would consume you, bury you under its weight, and silence your voice forever. But instead, you stood firm. You refused to let the storm dictate your future, and you transformed the chaos into clarity. This is why everyone is still talking about you. They can't comprehend how you turned something so destructive into something so powerful. Your strength was not born in ease, but in difficulty. Every challenge that tried to crush you only revealed how much resilience you carry. Every test that tried to break you only showed the depth of your spirit. You didn't run from the mess, you faced it head on. And that's what inspires people now. They see you not as someone who had it easy, but as someone who refused to quit. And that refusal turned into power. That determination became the foundation for your rise. Chosen one, it's important to recognize that people are impressed not because you had a perfect journey, but because you embraced the imperfection and made it your advantage. You took broken pieces and created something whole. You took confusion and found direction within it. You took pain and turned it into purpose. That is what sets you apart. Anyone can smile when life is smooth, but it takes someone extraordinary to keep walking when the path is shattered. And that's exactly what you did. Now your story has become a mirror for others. People see themselves in your struggles, but they also see hope in your transformation. They recognize that if you could rise out of chaos, they can too. That's why your name spreads. Not because people enjoy talking about the mess, but because they're in awe of the power that came from it. Your story gives permission for others to believe again. Your resilience awakens resilience in them. Your breakthrough lights the path for their own. Chosen one, Never underestimate the influence you carry now. The same people who once doubted you are now speaking about your strength. The same voices that underestimated you are now echoing your name with respect. And even those who tried to silence you cannot erase the fact that you rose. This is what happens when you turn your mess into power. The narrative shifts, and suddenly everyone is paying attention. But remember this, you are not here to live for their attention. You are here to live in your authenticity. The admiration of others is not your reward. It's just the echo of your transformation. The real reward is the strength you discovered, the wisdom you gained, and the light you now carry. No one can take that from you. No one can rewrite the truth of what you've done. People may talk, but their words will never equal the power of your lived experience. You know the nights you endured. You know the battles you fought. You know the courage it took to stand. And because you know, your confidence must remain unshakable. Chosen one, let this be your reminder. People will keep talking, but you don't need their voices to confirm who you are. You've already proven it. You turned chaos into clarity, pain into purpose, and a mess into undeniable power. That kind of transformation cannot be erased. It will follow you into every new chapter, and it will continue to set you apart as one chosen to rise. Chosen one, the whispers about you have become louder because your transformation is undeniable. They saw what you went through, they saw the mess, they saw the chaos, and they expected it to bury you. But instead, it became the soil that nourished your growth. You did not just rise from the mess, you thrived in it, you found your strength in it, and you built something unshakable out of it. That is why people are still talking about you. They cannot ignore the evidence that you turned adversity into power. Your story shakes people because it proves something they secretly fear and hope at the same time, that life's darkest moments can be transformed into the brightest breakthroughs. They fear it because it challenges their excuses. They hope for it because it means they are not trapped forever. And when they look at you, they see proof. Proof that struggle is not the end. Proof that pain has purpose. Proof that even the worst storms can be transformed into stepping stones. That is why your journey spreads from one person to another, like a spark of light in a dark room. Chosen one, you may not realize how much influence you carry now. The people who admire you are not just impressed, they are inspired. They talk about you because your resilience has become a model. They talk about you because your strength gives them courage. They talk about you because you represent what it means to refuse defeat. And even those who don't speak positively still prove your impact because they can't stop mentioning your name. Whether in admiration or envy, your story continues to echo. But here's the truth. Their words are not your fuel. Your growth is. The fact that everyone is talking is only the reflection of the power you now carry. But your eyes must stay forward. You are not here to prove yourself anymore. You've already proven enough. You are here to live, to create, to lead, to build from the strength you discovered. Your future is too bright to spend time explaining your past. Let people talk while you continue to rise. Let their words echo while your actions speak louder. Chosen one, never forget that your greatest power is not that you survived. It's that you transformed. You shifted the narrative. You redefined what it means to face chaos. You made something powerful out of something painful. And that is a rare ability, one that makes you unforgettable. This is why you must continue to embrace your uniqueness with confidence. Because the same qualities that made people doubt you before are the ones making them admire you now. Your presence is now a testimony. Every room you enter carries the vibration of your journey. People sense your strength without you needing to say a word. They feel your wisdom in the way you move. They notice your light in the way you stand. You are not just someone who overcame. You are someone who transformed. And that difference will always be remembered. Chosen one, let this settle into your spirit. You are not defined by the storm, but by the power you built through it. That is what people are talking about. That is why they call your name. That is why your story inspires. And that is why you must never dim your light again. The mess did not defeat you. It revealed you. And now the world knows exactly who you are. Chosen one. What makes your story unforgettable is not just that you came out of the storm, but that you came out transformed. People saw the storm raging against you. They saw the chaos surrounding you. They saw what looked like an impossible situation, and they thought that would be the end. But instead, you did what few can ever do. You turned the mess into power. And that transformation has become a living testimony that continues to shake people who hear about it. Everyone is talking about you not because you sought attention, but because your journey demands to be spoken about. Your rise from the ashes has become too radiant to ignore. This is why your presence feels different now. When you walk into a room, people sense resilience before you speak a word. When you share your thoughts, wisdom flows with a depth that only comes from lived experience. When you smile, they see light that once fought its way through darkness. That is what people admire about you. It's not that you had no scars. It's that your scars tell a story of survival, strength, and rebirth. This is why people say your name with a tone of respect. They saw the mess, but they cannot deny the power you carry now. Chosen one, your story has become more than inspiration. It has become confirmation. Confirmation that storms are not the end, that chaos can be reshaped into clarity, that pain can become purpose. People are reminded simply by watching you that transformation is possible. And deep down they know that what you did is rare. Not everyone takes their mess and builds strength from it. Many are buried under it. Many stay stuck in it. But you refuse to be defined by it. And because of that, you now stand apart. That separation is not isolation. It is distinction. It's the mark of someone chosen. You must carry this truth into every new season of your life. The same power that helped you rise before will carry you forward again. The same wisdom that kept you steady in chaos will guide you through opportunities and challenges ahead. The same light that broke through your storm will shine in places you never thought possible. You don't just have a past of resilience, you have a future of influence. And that influence is already spreading through the voices of people who cannot stop telling your story. Chosen one, this is your call to stop questioning yourself. You've proven enough. You've walked through fire and emerged with brilliance. You've been tested by chaos and turned it into clarity. You've been surrounded by doubt and turned it into determination. The evidence is clear, and the world has already acknowledged it by speaking about you. Now it's your time to live boldly, to rise unapologetically, to embrace the fullness of who you are. No more shrinking, no more silencing yourself, no more dimming your light for the comfort of others. You've earned the right to shine fully, and shining is exactly what you must do. The people who talk about you may not always understand you, but that's not the point. They don't need to understand to be impacted. Some admire you openly, others whisper your name behind closed doors, but all of them are acknowledging the same truth. You did what they couldn't. You turned your mess into power. That is why your presence cannot be ignored, why your story will not fade, why your influence will continue to ripple far beyond your sight. Chosen one, let this truth live deep within you. You are not remembered for the storm, but for the strength it revealed. You are not defined by the mess, but by the power you created from it. You are not ordinary, and you never will be. You are rare, you are chosen, and you are unforgettable. Let the world keep talking. Your life has already spoken louder than any voice ever could. And as you move forward, carry this confidence with you. If you could turn that mess into power, There is nothing you cannot transform. And chosen one, never forget, your rise was not an accident. Every sleepless night, every tear shed, every unanswered question was shaping the very strength you walk in today.